I want to bring back something from the Stone Ages. From that distance, anybody tell what that is there? Now, let me help you out here. Oh my goodness, it's a road map. How many of you remember using a road map? Anybody here in here remember that? Wow, it's like an antique. Now, here's the blessed thing. This is Paul's road map. It was here on Thursday for his service because he was a traveler and they had some maps there to remind us of all the trips he took. And so this is Paul's map and I get to have it today. But this road map, it gives us directions of how to get from here to there. The Holy Spirit, He helps us get from here to there. Here's the way, how many remember this? One, somebody would drive, and we're on our honeymoon, so in this case, I was driving, and Lisa was navigating for me. She had the map. And she would say, turn here, we're going to go up here, whatever the distance, and turn there, and all of that. And basically, she's been saying that for 37 years, where I should turn. Anyway, so we got to the caves up in Reading. We got to Baseball's Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. We got to Niagara Falls. We got to Toronto. And anyway, all because we had this map right here. But then this crazy thing, it actually folded right. How many of you remember the fight with that map? And then this thing called a GPS came in vogue. GPS, Global Positioning System. And see, I remember the first time we, quote, used it. We were driving to North Carolina to the beach, and I didn't want to believe it. And my kids, grown kids, finally said, Dad, trust the guy. Because ours is a guy on the phone. Trust the guy. But it tells us where to go and how to turn and how far it is and our arrival time. It tells us all these things. A GPS, Global Positioning System. But today, I want to tell you in a spiritual sense about a GPS. And it's the guidance positioning of the Holy Spirit. It's the guidance positioning of the Holy Spirit in your life and my life with these decisions that we have to make, with the decisions and choices as we look at, Lord, I need your help in this. Will you direct me in these things? So, we want to share together in that in John 14, where it talks about Jesus saying He will send His Holy Spirit. It says this, all this I've spoken while still with you. This is Jesus speaking. He's just talked basically for 3 years and shared with them and performed miracles and healed people and all these blessings. But all this I've spoken while I'm still with you. But the Counselor, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, will teach you all things and will remind you of everything that I've said to you. Peace I leave with you, and my peace I give to you. I do not give it to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. I'm going to show you the way, in other words. I'm going to direct your path. And then in verse 28, he goes on and he closes this time out. He says, you heard me say, I am going away and I am coming back to you. If you love me, you will be glad that I am going to the Father, for the Father is greater than I. I have told you now before it happens, so that when it does happen, you will believe. I will not speak with you much longer, for the prince of this world is coming. He has no hold on me, but the world must learn that I love the Father and that I do exactly what my Father has commanded me. Come now, let us leave. And we know the end of that Easter story. Might there be a blessing for us as we read that. Jesus promises us the Holy Spirit, that in your heart, my life, we can have the Holy Spirit to give us direction and to guide us in the things of this life as we journey. So let's look at some